After an emotional and unforgettable Monday night against the Cleveland Browns, the Pittsburgh Steelers go on the road for their final game for the 2021/2022 NFL season as they go on the road to Baltimore against the Ravens for Week 18, the first Week 18 in NFL history.
And it could very well be Ben Roethlisberger's final game in his NFL career, his Hall of Fame first ballot NFL career, man. Now, it could also not be, because obviously playoff hopes are still alive for the Steelers, although you could say it's very low because, yeah, we got to win this game versus the Ravens this Sunday in Baltimore.
At the same time,
we got to hope by some miracle, like praying to the football gods, that the Colts lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars. However, if you want to hold on to any little glimmer of hope, of any small thread of hope, I suppose, it's the fact that the Colts have not beaten the Jags in Jacksonville since 2014.
But even still, we're asking the worst team in the NFL, the team that currently holds the number 1 overall pick for the draft this upcoming April. We're asking that team to beat a Colts team that has gone better week by week.
Yeah,
with a running back that is MVP caliber.
We are asking the Jags, who are about to have back-to-back number 1 overall picks, to get us into the playoffs.
I'd say our chances, even if we win this game against the Ravens, very slim.
Very slim, man.
But hey, anything's possible. I mean, this season's been freaking all over the place. It's been chaotic.
It has. Hell, the Jags beat the Bills. I mean, any given Sunday, I suppose.
Maybe.
I suppose. But Steelers-Ravens football, man. The emotions are still up and down from Monday night. It really are. Especially since coming into this game, it's very, very fitting that Ben's 2 final games potentially in his career are against AFC North division rivals, the Browns and the Ravens. He already swept the Browns this year, which is awesome. It's great for Ben. It's great for us. And it's great to see Browns fans cry again. It really is. How does the broom feel?
Yeah, how's 4th place feel again?
But it would be a bigger bonus for Ben to not only sweep the Browns, but sweep the Ravens in his final year.
And for this Ravens matchup, it comes full circle because if this is his final game ever, then it'd be great because he started his career when Tommy Maddox got hurt against the Ravens in 2004. Ben came in. That was when he first played in the NFL at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Now, his final game potentially will be at M&T Bank Stadium against the Ravens.
You can't script it any better than that.
You really can't.
You can't script Monday night any better, and you can't script the end of a career like that any better. Outside of course, a Lombardi, but...
I mean, I don't know if this team's anywhere near that caliber, obviously.
But coming full circle like that, I mean, that's a once-in-a-lifetime sort of deal for someone like Ben Roethlisberger.
It definitely is. And this Ravens team, man, they've lost 5 straight, and we actually started that streak.
Yeah, because Lamar Jackson specifically has not played a game since the first Steelers-Ravens matchup. Now, I don't know if he'll be back. I really don't. It could be Huntley again starting, and he's done really well stepping in for Lamar. Hell, he actually took the Packers to the limit, as a matter of fact.
The Packers, even the Rams last week.
Right. So, even whoever's at quarterback, could be Lamar, could be Huntley. I'm not going to sleep on them, but the defense has to continue to show up. They're coming off probably their best performance all year. 9 sacks, 2 interceptions. I mean, the defense was absolutely fantastic last week at home. Now they got to come on to the road and do something very similar against the Ravens. Now, of course, we know if Lamar's playing, we all know his history versus the Steelers. Everyone says, like, the Chiefs or the Chargers or whatever are Lamar's kryptonite. You can make a case for the Steelers. Lamar doesn't have a great resume versus the Steelers. I don't know if he's won a game against us. Has he?
Maybe
one game.
One game. Yeah, one game. But statistically, he has not been great at all.
No, he is not. So even if Lamar's back, I hope the Steelers can continue to limit Lamar Jackson. Even if Huntley is in, got to do the same thing. But the pass rush has to eat. They got to get to the quarterback and force mistakes because we all saw what that did with Baker last week, and the defense just benefited a lot from it. And they're facing a Ravens O-line that is hurt, that is depleted, that is poor, and I like our chances of getting to the quarterback, especially a guy named Trent Jordan Watt, who is 1 sack away from breaking Michael Strahan's single-season sack record with 22.5. And this man has played 14 games.
He missed 3.
He missed 3 games. So there's argument that, he only broke it because the NFL added 1 more game to the schedule. He's missed 3 games. He exited 2 of them. The Vikings and the Raiders game.
And he's got 21.5 sacks in 14 games. This man is freaking unstoppable.
It's time.
And this man is the front runner. And I don't think there's no denying it anymore.
There's not.
He is the front runner for Defensive Player of the Year.
It's time.
You might as well just give him the award now. You don't even have to play this week. Just give him it. Here you go, Watt. There you go.
They need to stop robbing this guy. He is a 2-time uncrowned Defensive Player of the Year. Don't make it 3. If he breaks Strahan's record, that's the nail on the casket.
But even then, I think you might as well just give it to him right now.
Seriously. If he gets a sack and a half, he will break Strahan's record, which he could do that in one single half. He had 2 sacks alone in the first half last week.
He's very capable of doing it. We all know how TJ Watt is. We also know how Cam Hayward has been this year. We all know how much Alex Highsmith has stepped up recently. Yeah, we all know how this defense has basically stepped up for the most part.
Right. Even the front 7 last week versus Nick Chubb. We're facing a Ravens offense, a rushing attack that is top 5 still, even though they don't have no J.K. or Gus Edwards. Now, most of that can be associated because of the quarterback running the ball, but still, that's something to watch for. You got to stop the run. We got to force whoever the quarterback is to throw it and get to him.
And secondary's got to play big, too. They're going up against Mark Andrews, who's had a very stellar year. And for a Ravens year that's been very up and down.
Yeah, they're about to have 2,000-yard receivers. Not only Mark Andrews, who, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he broke the single-season Ravens record for most receiving yards by any Ravens receiver. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Marquise Brown stepped up this year. He's about to hit 1,000 yards this year. I think all he needs is 20 yards. So up and down year, especially for the Ravens offense and the Ravens in general, because they've dealt with how many injuries. But they're about to have 2,000-yard receivers, and I think that's pretty impressive for their offense.
Oh, I have to say it is very impressive.
So this defense has to step up. They got a strong task, man. Whoever's at quarterback, but the secondary has to continue to step it up for sure. This defense altogether just has to come to play again.
They got to be on point. They have to be consistent. They have to take the momentum from last week and bring it into Baltimore on the road.
Absolutely. They got to build off that and just bring it into Baltimore and possibly their last game of the season.
And as for the offense, it's pretty much it's easy, Feed Najee.
He's coming off the best game of his career, 188 yards, and the dagger against the Browns. Now I know the Ravens are statistically, I believe, number 1 in rushing defense, but I want to see some consistency from this offensive line because last week was probably the best they've looked all year, especially in the rushing attack, and statistics are in favor of that.
Yeah, very.
Although Najee got most of the yards after contact, but still, I want to see some consistency from this offense. Now, I don't know what was up the offense last week. It could be because Kendrick Green was not at center and Hasenauer was. It could be because Chris Morgan, who was our assistant O-line coach, who got promoted to the O-line coach for this year because Adrian Clem went to the Ducks early on. It could be because Chris Morgan's, maybe his influence is already being seen on the O-line. It could be a mix of both. It could be a mix of a lot of things. I don't know.
Nonetheless, I want to see more consistency from this offensive line because they played very stellar last week, and I want to see more of that this week against the Ravens.
They just got to build on that for sure, man, and they got to continue to help out Najee. And Najee's going to do everything that he has to. He's going to create yards for himself. But I want to see consistency from this offensive line. Maybe that'll give us some promise going into the offseason and maybe into next season as the Steelers still obviously need to build a lot in the offensive line.
And not only do they need to block for Najee in the rushing attack, they have to do better pass protection for Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Yes, they do. Justin Houston, still a very good pass rusher. Adafio Way in his rookie year has done very well for the Ravens. I think they still have Calais Campbell interiorly. So, the Ravens front 7 still looks pretty good. And they're facing a Steelers O-line that is still very questionable. And you can still say poor. But this O-line has to step up not only for Najee, but like you said, for Ben. And the secondary of the Ravens has dealt with so many injuries. You guys already know who's out. A lot of starters. So I'm hoping if we can get a rushing game going, obviously that'll open up the passing game. Maybe we get something going in Baltimore on the offense. Hopefully we see a better game from the offense this week.
Fingers crossed. But
fingers crossed.
We got some business to take care of against the Baltimore Ravens if we want to keep our playoff chances alive, because they still very are. Somehow, some way after this season, they are still alive, as we are 8-7-1, but we are looking to go to 9-7-1 and keep our playoff hopes alive and hope to God the Jags win.
Which, let's be real, I don't think any of us see that happening.
No, I'm not. To be real, I'm not expecting it. I'm not really expecting playoffs. That would be an extra bonus.
It would.
For Ben's last hoorah. It really would, but I'm not expecting it. Who's going to expect the Jags to win? Like, come on.
I mean, it seems like we're hanging off a cliff, and the only thing that's trying to save us is the little hand dude from Scary Movie 2. I mean,
exactly.
But when I go into this game, man, I just want to win it for Ben. I want to send him out right by sweeping the Browns and then the Ravens. His career comes full circle come Sunday. I want to send him out right. I want to win this game for Ben. But if the Jags were to win, that's an extra bonus.
Yes, it would.
That's how I'm seeing it. Just win this game. And maybe you get lucky into the playoffs. But just win this game for Ben. Go into this game expecting it to be Ben's last game and win it for him. We need to do exactly what we did last week. Just build upon it on both sides of the ball. Just take that energy and take it into enemy territory and get a win in Ben's potentially last game.
Absolutely.
Let us know your guys' thoughts down below, man. Steelers-Ravens football. I'm expecting a defensive bout here because it always is. It's one of the best rivalries in the NFL. You could say it is the best rivalry in the NFL. It actually has been for many years now. And Ben Roethlisberger has been, he was part of the prime of that rivalry for so long. And it's actually come to a point that the Ravens are introducing and honoring Terrell Suggs in Ben's last game. Now, I don't know if that's, respect on the Ravens side or if they're just being a little, hi, remember him?
It's how fitting because we all know how Suggs and Ben have been for several years.
Several years.
Throughout the entire rivalry. And then
that was the prime, man.
This is going to be the last time Ben's playing the Ravens, man. It's going to be insane. It's probably going to be emotional again, just like the Browns game. But
it definitely is. Emotions are still up and down from Monday night, and it's gonna bleed into Sunday.
But I'm excited. I really am.
I really am. It's Steelers-Ravens football. You have to be excited. It doesn't matter how bad these two teams are. They're always competitive. So I'm expecting a defensive bout here, but we'll see what happens. I'm excited. We'll be live for it, for the watch party or for the live reactions for sure. So hope you guys can tune into that. But other than that, let us know your guys' thoughts down below. Steelers-Ravens football. Ben's potentially last game. Let's just win it for him. Win it for Ben. Let's know your guys'
win it
thoughts.
for 7.
Exactly.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!